This is Ira, and welcome to Ocean Liners on Print, where we travel through ocean liner history via my collection of ocean liner memorabilia and research. This is your key source for exciting ocean liner content. This presentation is going to start with the evolution of early jet craft and the marketing response by Cunard. The demands of World War II led to significant advances in aircraft design and propulsion. As the war ended in 1945, by 1949, the first test flight of the de Havilland Comet took place. This was the first commercial jetliner. It had a sleek profile with engines built into the wings. Not too long after this test flight, steamship companies had to be thinking, how is this going to change our way of business? Cunard came up with the most memorable marketing line in the industry. Quote, "Getting there is half the fun." Close quote. The situation looked concerning for steamship companies, and then, within a year of the first commercial flight of the de Havilland Comet, multiple crashes occurred. By 1954, all comets were grounded. This was a reprieve for companies like Cunard. In 1958, an improved version of the Comet entered service and proved safe. Due to the notoriety of the previous generation of Comet, the Comet proved not to be a commercial success. What didn't help matters either was the arrival of the Boeing 707 and its maiden transatlantic flight in October of 1958. Of course, that meant the reprieve for companies like Cunard was short-lived. This booklet from Cunard with the tagline, quote, "Getting there is half the fun," close quote, is an attempt to turn the tide or slow the inroads the jetliner could make into its business. As you will see in numerous instances, the brochure is making an appeal to the public. Please take an ocean voyage to Europe on Cunard, as there are so many advantages. No mention of or comparisons to jet travel mentioned at all. Often, it is easy to figure out the date of publication of a brochure, as it is usually written in small letters and or numbers on the bottom of a page in the brochure. But in this brochure, there are no such markings, so we're going to have to do some detective work to figure out roughly when this was published. Quote, "No holiday pleasure can equal the joys of an ocean voyage." So you're going to Europe. How exciting, and what an opportunity to enjoy one of life's supreme pleasures, the gay relaxation of an ocean voyage. For when you go Cunard, you'll discover, if you haven't already, that half the fun of your European trip is getting there, that nothing quite compares with those sparkling, carefree days at sea. The bright conviviality, the luxurious comfort, the marvelous food. This is the life you'll love. Each day at sea aboard your Cunarder, and each brilliant, enchanted evening is a wonderful new adventure, as fresh and exhilarating as the ocean breeze, a gay and glorious interlude shared with interesting fellow voyagers amid the unmatched comforts of a great seaside resort. Here are pleasures you'll remember always. Close quote. These are experiences that you will definitely not have on a jet plane, only on an ocean voyage and on Cunard. Quote, "Healthful relaxation. Away with flagging spirits and frazzled nerves. Here, in the serenity of limitless horizons and the restful vastness of the sea, you'll cast worldly cares aside and enjoy a few precious days of lazy, healthful living. Whether your trip to Europe is for pleasure or business, the tonic refreshment of a Cunard crossing is something you can't afford to miss. You'll be thankful you chose this way to travel, for you'll arrive in Europe so much fresher, so much more relaxed, and in fine fettle for those busy days ahead. So enjoy your seagoing life to the utmost. If you're feeling energetic, join your shipmates in a friendly game of deck tennis or shuffleboard, giant holo or quoits, or walk a brisk mile around the deck. Many Cunarders also have swimming pools and gymnasia to help keep you in the perfect trim. Then, for solid contentment, just nestle in your deck chair and enjoy a good book from the ship's well-stocked library, or a pleasant chat with an attractive companion while your deck steward serves you morning bouillon or afternoon tea. And if basking in the sunshine is what you crave, enjoy your reveries undisturbed, for no one will invade your privacy. Just lie back, fill your lungs with the bracing sea air, and relax. Wonderful, isn't it? Close quote. You are definitely not going to get healthful relaxation on a plane. Quote, round the clock frivolity. Oh, for another few days of this glorious life at sea. Wistful words, so often heard as those golden hours slip by, for there's never quite enough time to savor all the delights your ship can offer. At first, perhaps, you had thought of your Cunard crossing merely as a means of transportation, but now you've joyfully discovered it's a way of life in itself, a holiday you wish would never end. Every waking moment, from the time you ring lazily for breakfast in bed till the wee small hours past midnight, there's something to occupy you, to amuse or entertain you. Join the merry group at the cocktail bar before luncheon. Lounge comfortably and watch an afternoon or evening movie. Play a rubber of bridge at tea time. Place a wager on the after-dinner horse races and try your luck at Keno. Then share the quickening tempo of nighttime frivolity as the young in limb and the young in heart foregather in the ballroom and the nightclub for dancing and high-spirited fun. Close quote. So there's illustrations here of a lot of different activities that you will not get on a plane. We have dancing, socializing at the cocktail bar, and of course, an indoor swimming pool. If you like what you see so far, please hit the subscribe button. On this page, quote, superb food. Your table awaits you, fragrant with fresh flowers, and your dinner menu, attuned to your sea-sharpened appetite, brings you a truly international selection. Delectable dishes of France, Britain, Italy, Germany, India, and favorite American dishes too. What is your pleasure? Antipasto, Blue Point oysters, Fons d'Archos, caviar glace. Next, try a filet of sole bonne femme. Nothing finer. And for your main course, if the season's right, perhaps you'd relish pressed duck, roast pheasant, grouse, or a tender, flavorful sirloin steak with broccoli hollandaise. Your wine steward offers fine vintages from France, the valleys of the Rhine, the slopes of Italy, and now take your choice of flaky pastries, luscious cakes, ice creams, sherbet, and such favorites as crepe Suzette, baked Alaska, or Cerise's Jubilees. No wonder Cunard is a favorite with gourmets the world over. And remember the same high standards of quality apply to cabin and tourist class cuisine as well. Closed quote. You are definitely not going to dine in such comfortable, luxurious setting on a plane. Quote, perfect comfort. Sink into the depths of that easy chair and contemplate the quiet elegance of your surroundings, the graceful blending of beauty and good taste. Or run a critical eye over the appointments of your own stateroom while you luxuriate on that sleep-enticing bed. No matter which of 11 Cunarders you've chosen or which class of accommodation, you're bound to agree that there is a real living comfort. Even in tourist class, your cabin is equipped with hot and cold running water, touch control ventilation, ample wardrobe space, and many other refinements. And as you go higher in the scale through cabin class or to first class, you attain a degree of luxury unsurpassed by the finest hotels. Public rooms in all classes are designed to fit your every mood. Smoking rooms, lounges, cocktail bars, libraries, theaters, writing rooms, restaurants. Many are air conditioned for year round comfort or for tropical cruising, and attractive Cunard playrooms provide many hours of supervised fun for the kiddies, freeing you for afternoons of relaxation. Close quote. So far, no clues as to when this booklet was published. Air conditioning in public rooms only as the focus was on the Queen Mary and Queen Elizabeth, with acknowledgement of the rest of the fleet, most of which was from pre-World War II, when most passenger ships lacked air conditioning. So, having air conditioning only in the public rooms when new was a bragging right. But by the time of this booklet's publication, having air conditioning only in the public rooms was becoming passé. More ships were becoming fully air conditioned. Anyway, you are not going to have the luxury of smoking rooms, children's playrooms, lounges, libraries, and theaters on a jet plane. Quote, experts to pamper you. Because truly fine service is a rarity in this modern age, you'll remember it as the crowning delight of your Cunard crossing. The personal warmth and sincerity of the smiling men and women, experts all, who serve you during the voyage are qualities born of pride in one's calling, a job well done. Service aboard a Cunarder is never given grudgingly. It springs from a century-old Cunard tradition, an honest, considerate desire to help make your voyage one of the most pleasurable experiences of your lifetime. The tradition held by Cunard goes back to 1840, so by the time of this brochure, Cunard had well over 100 years of established tradition and reputation. Many of Cunard's crew members followed a tradition with Cunard lasting multiple generations. You're not going to see that on a jet plane. Quote, to sum it up, so when you go to Europe, go Cunard and treat yourself to the incomparable joys of a gay, relaxing ocean voyage. Cunard offers you the widest choice of ships, exactly the one to suit your taste and your pace. From the world's largest express liners to the more leisurely 7 in regular service from New York, 4 from Canada, the widest selection of accommodations in 3 classes, the widest range of sailing dates to England, France, and Ireland. The Queen Elizabeth and Queen Mary, world's largest passenger ships, are the only superliners on the Atlantic equipped with level ride stabilizers for your added comfort. Aha! This is the clue we've been waiting for. The Queen Elizabeth had stabilizers installed in 1955, and the Queen Mary had stabilizers installed in 1958. So this brochure has to be no older than 1958. So at that point, the 707 was either ready to take off or already did so and challenged Cunard's dominance over the Atlantic. Quote, 6 other Cunarders are similarly equipped. And if cost is important, just remember that Europe by ship is still, by far, the most economical way. To avoid disappointment, see your local travel agent today. His expert services will save you time. He'll also give you particulars on Cunard's sparkling program of pleasure cruises. Whenever you go, transatlantic or cruising, choose Cunard. Then you'll discover for yourself why more ocean travelers go Cunard than by any other line. Close quote. Cunard was probably correct when saying that going by ship offered a better value, because when considering the capacity of the early jetliners, for instance, the final variant of the Comet only sat about 60 to 76 people. The original Boeing 707 sat 137 people. So it's very expensive to fly a small number of passengers. When you think about it today, going transatlantic, very often planes carry close to 300 or more passengers. So hence, back in the day, there was no economy of scale. Exactly the ship for you. And of course, we have illustrations of the Queen Elizabeth and the Queen Mary. And let's take a look at list of Cunard ships below. From New York, Queen Elizabeth, Queen Mary, Mauritania, Caronia, Britannic, ding, 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 ding. The Britannic was taken out of service in 1960. So that's clue number 2. So this pamphlet was made probably sometime between 1958, after the Queen Mary had stabilizers installed, and by no later than 1960, as towards the end of 1960, the Britannic was retired. So there you have it. Continuing on, we also had the Media and the Parthia rounding out the New York service. And from Canada, we had the 4 sisters, the Saxonia, Ivernia, Sylvania, and Carinthia. On this last page, Cunard is making its final appeal to go Cunard. Quote, for pleasure's sake, go Cunard. For the widest choice of ships, for the widest choice of accommodations, for the widest choice of sailing dates, your local travel agent will serve you. See him for reservations today. Getting there is half the fun. Close quote. I hope you enjoyed this analysis of the Getting There is Half the Fun booklet. This booklet is truly a piece of ocean liner history as it addresses the imminent takeover of travel to Europe by jet plane. What did you like most about this presentation? The tagline, quote, getting there is half the fun, close quote. Quote, for pleasure's sake, go Cunard, closed quote. Determining the date of publication of this booklet with the clues of the mention of the Queen Mary's installation of stabilizers and the mention of the Britannic on the fleet roster. Crepe Suzette and Baked Alaska. Bridge, Keno, and horse races. Frivolity. Please place your comments in the comments box below. Remember to hit the subscribe button to receive the latest exciting ocean liner content. Thank you from Ocean Liners on Print.